think artists can't get away from who they are, and it comes out through their artwork. Well, after my children left to go to college, I decided it's now or never, and I went back to predominantly oil painting. A couple of things all came together. One of them is my friend across the street, Carl Ramos, who was an incredible artist who died at 28. He and I became attached as friends, and it jumpstarted me. He had a studio across the street, and we did collage together, and we worked together. And at that time, our house was not renovated, and it was still a boathouse. And so we had these single pane windows, and the sun would come into this predominantly a shack, and they were very inspiring. And the upshot of that is I would work with Carl. My husband would, Labor Day, would go back to work at our home, and I would stay here. And that I only had 2 years of that lovely experience with Carl. And when he passed away, David, his partner, said that I could use the studio space that he had. And it was the first time I had a room of my own. I actually had my own space, and I was free to paint and do whatever I want. And I started with the interiors of our cottage, which was embedded in my heritage and my whole being from my whole life, having lived off and on in that little cottage. It sounds kind of, elusive, but I try to release myself from the image. I paint realistically, but because I taught collage, I think non-objectively. It took me a long way to learn to just not overthink things, just go for it and just do eye, brain, hand coordination and see what you got. And very often those first notes are the really best ones, and then you end up pretty much ruining it if you don't know when to stop. That's pretty much my approach, but it isn't like overnight this came to me. This was a progress along the way. If you understand the value and the contrast of it, the painting pops out. Like when I start work, I cover all my canvases either with umber or black because I paint into them. All you have to do is a black canvas and put a white glob on there, and boom, you're right into it. So it automatically makes the depth. And there's all these little things that when somebody views a painting, they don't realize all that's going on. It's like the people in the Renaissance, the little tricks with the hands and the way they get you into the picture and all that stuff, to nab you. The interiors kind of were the first thing that kind of got me a little bit known for my work. I was in my 40s before I could say, people would say, "What do you do?" And I could say, "I'm an artist," because I thought you had to be in a cafe. And I was home taking care of my kids, So I didn't think of myself as an artist, So that's just my generation. I'm more of a very instinctive person. I just paint what touches me, and I can't explain what it is that touches me.